But yeah, everyone, hello, esteemed participants and speakers. Good morning and good evening, wherever you are. And welcome to the opening and welcoming session of 2023 AIFIS-MSU Conference on Indonesian Studies. Please give a big round of applause. I am Firman Long, and I will be your host for the next couple of hours. It's really good to be back here to see all of the familiar faces. And AIFIS-MSU Conference on Indonesian Studies continues to highlight and celebrate the growing and evolving academic study of Indonesia and aims to expand research dissemination and collaboration by connecting Indonesian scholars with international colleagues in a bilingual and virtual format, something that is rarely done, but very interestingly organized for this past few years by the committee of this conference to make this conference as accessible as possible. And throughout the 4 days of the conference, all of us will be exploring the promises and dilemmas of Indonesia as our main topic through various sessions, from panels of research presentations to keynote speakers, through special screenings, just like what we will that we're about to see after this. So make sure that you are updated with the schedule that can be accessed from your Wova account. And on this welcoming session, we will be listening to some welcoming remarks as well as officially opening the conference. Therefore, without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker for today that will give the welcoming remarks. I would like to invite Mr. Siddharth Chandra as the director at the MSU Asian Studies Center. Hello, Siddharth.
Thank you, Firman. On behalf of Michigan State University, and also AIFIS, though I think Bob Hefner is going to do that welcome. It's my pleasure to welcome everybody to the third annual AIFIS-MSU Conference on Indonesian Studies. I'd also like to recognize the organizing committee, the keynote speakers, representatives of the government of Indonesia, and the many scholars from around the world who are sharing their knowledge and interest in Indonesia with us over the next 4 days. By way of background, I attended a panel just prior to this session on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And one of the reasons that AIFIS is organizing this conference is to accomplish that goal in the area of Indonesian studies. We've observed in previous years that when you hold an in-person conference in North America or Europe, the people who attend tend to be disproportionately from the region where the conference is held. The same applies for Indonesia. And so you tend to have a minority of voices from other parts of the world, from scholars who are also interested in Indonesia. Moreover, the high cost of attendance of those conferences means that very often scholars in the early stages of their careers don't have the means to travel, and therefore their voices go unheard in these very important fora. So the goal of this conference is, at least in part, to emphasize diversity, equity, and inclusion in the study of Indonesia. And I'm delighted to see the large numbers of young scholars, early career scholars from Indonesia and other countries present at the conference. So once again, welcome. Thank you to all who organized, and I hope you have a wonderful conference.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Siddharth. Can we give a big round of applause? All right, next up, I will be inviting Pak Yosef Jakababa as the Indonesia Country Representative of American Institute for Indonesian Studies, or AIFIS. So, Pak Yosef, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Firman. First of all, thanks everyone for coming to this conference. This is our third year of organizing this, and hopefully we'll have more in the future. And the topic presented in various panels of this conference is very, not only demonstrate the complexity of the promises and dilemmas for the topic of this of our conference, but also shows hope and excitement. And in this opportunity, I would like to wish for everyone who are participating in this conference, whether as presenters, discussant, or attendants, to have great and productive conference. And I would like to also to thank all members of the organizing planning committee, AIFIS Executive Board member, AIFIS staffs, our partners at the Asia Center of Michigan State University, and all sponsors and partners that made this conference possible. And it's a common tradition in Indonesia that an opening remarks is not complete without ending it with a pantun. Jalan-jalan ke Amerika sampai ke Honolulu. Jalan-jalan ke Indonesia sampai ke Kota Palu. Selamat datang di konferensi AIFIS-MSU. Selamat berkumpul dan mengadu ilmu. Traveling to the US, arriving in Honolulu. Traveling to Indonesia, arriving in Palu. Welcome to the conference of AIFIS-MSU. Have a great conference for me and you. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the conference.
Can you give a round of applause? Thank you very much by yourself. Yeah, I don't think I'm prepared to reply you for another pantun, but yeah. Thank you very much. That was a really good one. All right, next, I'm going to invite Ibu Megan Hewitt as the Executive Director of American Institute for Indonesian Studies, or AIFIS, to give her welcoming remarks. Ibu Megan.
Thank you so much, Mas Firman. I am so pleased to be here with you all. Selamat pagi, selamat malam to everyone coming to us from all over the world. I was just looking at the map and a kind of heat map of where we all are, and we are everywhere. It's really wonderful. To echo all of the thanks that have already been presented by my colleagues ahead of me, to our sponsors, to everyone who has contributed to make this panel, this conference great. It is really a collective effort, and one that is grounded upon, as Pat Siddharth indicated, a joy in the diversity of the community that we represent. It is such a privilege to be here. I want to say also a special thanks to our program committee, Pak Manaka Budiman from Universitas Indonesia, Siddharth Chandra, Timothy Daniels from Hofstra University, Yosef Jakababa, of course, Bob Hefner, of course, Ibu Sulistiowati Irianto from Universitas Indonesia, Ibu Bella Tirtawaluya from MSU, and Sylvia Tiwan from the University of California at Berkeley. These key scholars were really integral in shaping the program theme for our conference this year. And it really was a reflection of what is currently active and engaged by our community of scholars. And I can say that from the contributions that I've seen from our community in application to the conference, we are seeing this week, we will see a lot of panels addressing themes of gender, questions of gender, which is really wonderful. In nearly every parallel, there is a full panel of a gender-themed topic, which we were wonderful. It was such a wonderful contribution from our community. Also, we have many contributions of people in environmental studies. I think in every parallel session, there is at least one environmental or climate focused panel. And not surprisingly, there is a strong representation of political scientists in our community this year, likely because we are all anxious in anticipation for next year's elections in Indonesia. So really, as we're seeing, this forum is a pulse point for the field of Indonesian studies. So I hope you will sort of see it in its broad view and be able to take notes that are encouraging for your own directions of research moving forward and building knowledge together in this forum. So thank you all for being a part of this community, and I will pass the torch to our next distinguished guest.
Okay, thank you very much, Megan. Can we give you a big round of applause? Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what Megan just said, because this is also my third year attending this conference, and I can see how this conference has grown so much. And yeah, I'm really happy that we all can be here to witness how this forum can be a very beneficial forum for all of us. All right, last but not least, I would like to invite Bapak Ahmad Najib Burhani as the chairman of the Institute of Social Sciences and Humanities, and also the National Research and Innovation Agency, or BRIN, to share his welcoming remarks and officially open our conference. Once again, thank you, Pak Najib, for coming here. I would like to pass the floor to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Firman. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we see here Pak Bob, Pak Siddharth, Ibu Megan, Pak Yosef, Mbak Bella, Mas Sancho, Pak Ariel, and all participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning for those in Indonesia and good evening for those in the US. Since I'm representing the government, I wear a bit of formal outfit, but the background is the wall in my hotel. So it's a bit mixed between formal and informal. I would like to begin my speech with a pantun, just like Pak Yusef. In a land of beauty and diverse tales, we gather to explore Indonesia's trails. Welcome to this conference, a scholarly feat where we discuss promises and dilemmas we meet. On behalf of the chairman of the National Research and Innovation Agency, Badan Riset dan Inovasi Nasional, BRIN, Bapak Laksana Tri Handoko, it is my great honor and privilege to stand before you today to welcome you to the third annual conference on Indonesian studies with the theme, The Promises and Dilemmas of Indonesia, a theme that encapsulates the multifaceted nature of our nation's journey. On behalf of BRIN, again, I extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed participants, scholars, and experts who have gathered here from various universities, research institutes, and agencies, including some participants I see here from BRIN. This conference serves as a vital platform for us to come together and delve deep into the intricate tapestry of Indonesia's promises and dilemmas. It is an opportune moment to reflect upon the immense potentials and challenges faced by our nations as we navigate the complex landscape of the 21st century. Indonesia, a vibrant archipelago of more than 17,000 islands, more than 700 local languages, more than 100 local beliefs, is a nation teeming with a rich cultural diversity, a deep history, and a diverse range of resources. However, we also recognize that our beloved country faces multifaceted dilemmas that demand our utmost attention, collaboration, and innovative solutions. Therefore, we are hoping that during the conference, you can reflect upon Indonesia's successes, discontents, and ongoing efforts to navigate the complexities of civic, legal, and cultural living. We must do so against the backdrop of internal fractures and frictions, as well as the significant global and regional profile and positionality that Indonesia holds. Reflecting on Indonesia's successes, we cannot help but marvel at the tremendous progress of our nation has made over the years. From our democratic transition to our robust economic growth, Indonesia has emerged as a vibrant and resilient nation. We have witnessed advancement in various sectors, including education, healthcare, infrastructure, and technology. If we see the development of our country in the last 20 years and compare it with neighboring countries, we can only be proud of ourselves. Despite some sporadic discriminations and social discontents, our cultural diversity has become a source of strength, fostering social cohesion and unity amidst our differences. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share here a few notes on the development of BRIN and our effort to strengthen the ecosystem of research and innovation in the country. During the first 2 years since its establishment on 28th April 2021, BRIN has successfully completed the integration of human resources from all research agencies, including BPPT, Batan, Lapan, and LIPI, and then the Ministry of Research and Technology, and more than 40 research units in various ministries and other government institutions into one umbrella, BRIN. Within 2 years, this agency has completed its structure, which consists of 7 deputies and 12 institutes or research organizations. It has also introduced various schemes of research funding, provided some mechanisms for research mobility, built research infrastructure, and bought research machines and technologies that we could not afford to do that before. It has started to deregulate various hurdles for research permit, created regulations to make research and collaboration easier and faster, and facilitated and connected with industry. If we go to our campuses in Karangsambung, Gunung Kidul, Cibinong, Subang, and other places, we can see a new phase of Indonesian sciences. We have developed nuclear technology for medical and industry purposes in Pasar Jumat that can be used by Indonesian hospitals. We have both machine for carbon and fossil dating, and no need to send our specimens to Australia or New Zealand. We have also new technology for genome sequencing, which costs millions US dollars. Now we have our garden by the bay in Cibinong with rich Indonesian biodiversity. One thing that defied public expectation is that although politics was dominant in BRIN's early stages, as indicated, for instance, by the appointment of Megawati Soekarno Putri, the chairman of the Indonesian Democratic Party of Struggle, as the head of the supervisory body of agency, and also the involvement of a certain party was widely assumed would interfere the direction of research. Politics, in fact, did not interfere research development at BRIN. BRIN does not have political color. We are not red, yellow, green, blue, or any other color. We are red and white, representing the color of our national flag. Even we do not have kitchen to feed politicians. I would like to underline here, BRIN is not an extension of any mass organization, a political parties, and certain oligarchy. We are not working only for, we are working only for the development of science and innovation. Hopefully, we can still move forward next year after 2024 elections. Ladies and gentlemen, as we examine Indonesia's successes, we must also confront our discontents and the challenges that persist. Our journey toward progress is not without hurdles. We grapple with economic inequality, social exclusion, environmental degradation, and political complexities. We acknowledge the need to address these dilemmas head-on to ensure the promises of a prosperous and inclusive Indonesia are realized by all. In this context, Indonesia has engaged in a continuous process of reworking, reinterpreting, and negotiating various aspects of civic, legal, and cultural living. We have sought to strike a delicate balance between tradition and modernity, between local and global influences, between harmony and religious freedom, and between democracy and economic development. Our dynamic society embraces change while honoring our rich heritage and traditions. This ongoing negotiation allows us to navigate the complexities of our national identity, fostering a sense of belonging and shared destiny. Moreover, Indonesia's internal fractures and frictions serve as a reminder of the diverse perspectives and interests that shape our nation. We recognize the importance of open dialogue, constructive debates, and collaborative efforts to address these internal challenges. By acknowledging our differences and engaging in respectful discourse, we can build a more inclusive society that harnesses the strength of our diversity. As we reflect on Indonesia's internal dynamic, we also recognize our important profile and positionality in the global and Asia-Pacific region. Our vast archipelago and strategic geographical location make us a key player in regional and global affairs. Our partnerships, collaborations, and engagement with neighboring countries and international communities are crucial in addressing common challenges and seizing opportunities for mutual growth. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here not only to highlight these promises and dilemmas, but also to foster a spirit of exploration, dialogue, and partnership. The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and as we navigate the waves of globalization and technological advancement, it becomes increasingly essential for us to collectively tackle the challenges that lie ahead. By gathering brilliant minds and fostering collaboration between academia and government, we aim to propel Indonesia forward on the path of sustainable development, progress, and prosperity. Throughout this conference, the organizers have curated an exceptional lineup of esteemed speakers and experts who will shed light on various aspects of Indonesia's promises and dilemmas. As we can see from the program, the organizers have meticulously designed a series of keynote addresses, panel discussions, and workshops that will delve into critical themes such as kebangsaan in its diverse and competing meanings, adat and law, gender and race, environment and climate change, business, politics, and religion, and Indonesia's place in the world. We will draw upon the wisdom and insights of scholars and experts who have dedicated their lives to the study of Indonesia. We will explore the intricate tapestry of this nation, unraveling its complexities and identifying pathways toward a more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous future. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to each and every one of you. I am confident that this conference will be an enlightening and enriching experience for all, leaving us inspired, motivated, and equipped with knowledge and determination to shape the future of Indonesia. Just like I began with pantun, I will close this speech also with pantun. With the spirit of curiosity, we embark to shape Indonesia's future, leaving a remarkable mark. Let this conference be a transformative space with promises, where promises are embraced, dilemmas we face. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to all those present, distinguished, and wholesome. Thank you, and let the conference begin. With minds open, let the scholarly journey therein. Let's begin with Bismillah. Thank you very much.